There are so many beautiful places to visit and wonderful places to go to in the world that it can be hard to list the best ones. In this video, we'll talk about the best places in the world to visit. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. Let's get going on it right away. 15. Tokyo. A city known for its bustling streets and flashing neon signs, Tokyo has an electric energy and plenty of attractions to discover. Foodies won't be let down by the city's fresh sushi and hearty ramen. Budding photographers and adrenaline junkies will love taking in the sweeping panoramas from the top of the Tokyo Skytree. Shopaholics will find plenty of must-have designer products in Ginza. And for history buffs, Tokyo offers centuries-old temples and shrines to explore. 14. Bali. Serene temples and beautiful beaches are the biggest draws to this lush Indonesian paradise. And we do mean lush. The region's notoriously soggy wet season is best avoided by planning a visit between April and October. Break up your beach time with a visit to the village of Kintamani, home to a towering and active volcano, as well as a large lake. If you're craving an adrenaline rush, rent a scooter and zip around the island, or hop on one of Bali's many swings to soar above rice terraces and jungles. 13. Great Barrier Reef. Florence offers plenty of world-famous attractions, including the Duomo, Piazza Michelangelo, and Piazza della Signoria. Plus, it's a haven for art lovers thanks to art-focused museums like the Galleria dell'Accademia di Firenze and the Uffizi Gallery. After appreciating this historic Italian city's Renaissance architecture and art, sample some of the region's delectable Tuscan food and wine at Florence's quaint cafes, gelato shops, and restaurants. Then cross the Ponte Vecchio Bridge to get to the acclaimed Pitti Palace and the Boboli Gardens, where you'll find fountains, meticulously landscaped green spaces, and panoramic views. 12. Dubai. This Middle Eastern city is filled with some of the world's most notable and unique attractions, including the Dubai Mall, Indoor Ski Dubai, and Burj Khalifa, the tallest building on the planet. But the city still holds onto its heritage, as seen in the Bastakaya Quarter and the traditional gold and spice souks. When you need a break from the hustle and bustle of the city, head to a sandy shore like Jumeirah Public Beach, Sunset Beach, or Al Mamzar Beach Park. 11. Machu Picchu. A visit to the lost city of the Incas is not for the faint of heart, but it is often described as a life-changing experience once you acclimate to the altitude. While the 4-day hike along the Inca Trail is challenging, arriving at the Peruvian site during sunrise is well worth the effort, according to past travelers. If you're not up for the trek, you can also hop on a Peru Rail train to the mountain base for an easier route to the top. 10. Istanbul, Turkey. Istanbul is the economic and cultural hub of Turkey. It was once the home of 3 empires, the Byzantine Empire and the Ottoman Empire. Because of this, going to Istanbul is once-in-a-lifetime experience. You can walk across the Galata Bridge and explore the Asian and European sides. Both sides have a lot of history and offer authentic local experiences, like drinking traditional Turkish coffee. Don't miss the impressive Hagia Sophia, which was once a church, then a mosque, and is now a museum or basilica cistern. It was featured in the Tom Hanks movie Inferno, based on Dan Brown's book of the same name. If you want to avoid crowds and a humid summer, the best times to visit Istanbul are from March to May and September to November. 9. Petra, Jordan. Petra is a historical city in southern Jordan. It is also included in the 7 Wonders of the World. Petra has been around since 9000 BC. You can get to this old city through a beautiful gorge and see rose stone-carved architectural masterpieces and engineering feats that have been kept in great shape. Please wait until it gets dark when the candles will light up and make the room feel magical. Even though Petra is in a troubled area, it is considered safe to travel there, making it a more popular tourist destination. Petra is open all year, but the best times are from March to May and September to November, when the weather is cooler. 8. Georgia. Georgia, the country, not the US state, is one of the world's best-kept secrets and a hot new place to visit. The capital of Georgia is Tbilisi, one of the world's oldest cities. You can start your trip here and walk around the old city center, see the famous thermal baths, and eat Georgian food. Continue your trip to the beautiful Caucasus Mountains, where you can ski in the winter, visit one of the many monasteries on the UNESCO list, or look around Georgia's old cities. You can also visit one of the many wineries along the way. Georgia says it is the birthplace of wine because people have been making it there for more than 8,000 years. Georgia is a good place to visit on a budget because most historical sites are free and food, lodging, and public transportation are cheap. 7. New Orleans, Louisiana, United States. One of the most fascinating cities in the world is New Orleans, located in the state of Louisiana in the United States of America, on the banks of the Mississippi River. The city has seen a rise in population and popularity since Hurricane Katrina hit in 2005 and helped it recover. Mardi Gras is perhaps the event that brings the most attention to New Orleans, which celebrated its 300th anniversary in 2018. Nevertheless, it is also known as the Cradle of Jazz and is a paradise for cuisine lovers. The city was founded in 1718 by French colonists, and it served as the capital of French Louisiana from that year until 1803, when it was traded to the United States. Before the beginning of the 20th century, New Orleans had a canal system that was longer in kilometers than Venice, Italy. Pay a visit to the historic French Quarter, experience the nightlife on Bourbon Street, have some Creole cuisine at one of the city's many jazz clubs, and do all these things while you're there. February through May is ideal for a trip to New Orleans because the weather is pleasant during this time, and there are many events and festivals taking place. 6. Kyoto, Japan. Over the span of more than 1,000 years, Kyoto was used as Japan's capital city and served as the seat of the imperial authority. It is also known as the oldest city in Japan, as well as the largest city. There are historic buildings like temples and shrines, as well as gardens and castles, dotted across the region. Concerning Japan's history, culture, and natural environment, Kyoto is frequently referred to as the location with the greatest potential to shed light on the country's past, present, and future. Take part in the traditional tea ceremony. Then for lunch, request a kyokezeki, a traditional Japanese meal consisting of several dishes of food served in a set manner. By taking a trip to the historic streets that are carefully preserved, you will be able to get a feel for what life was like in earlier times in Japan. On the streets of Kyoto, you will commonly encounter people dressed in kimonos and yukatas, especially during the cherry blossom and festivals. In particular, you will see more people wearing yukatas. Going to Kyoto from Tokyo takes train travel of 3 hours, and it's only 40 kilometers away from Osaka, the third largest city in Japan. When traveling to Kyoto during the springtime, the months of March, April, and May are the best options. The months of October and November are widely considered to be the best times to travel during the fall season. 5. Berlin, Germany. The capital city of Germany is Berlin. Berlin is also the largest city in Germany. The city's eastern and western sections were separated by the iconic Berlin Wall, which was built during the Cold War to serve as a divider between the two sides of the city. It is well known for its vibrant nightlife, and throughout each weekend, tens of thousands of people make their way to the party in order to experience it. You shouldn't leave without seeing Checkpoint Charlie, the hole in the Berlin Wall, an exceptional parliament, the Brandenburg Gate, or the Holocaust Museum, to name just a few of the things that are available to you. Because Berlin is less crowded during the summer, May and September are the best times to visit the city because the temperature is still nice. 4. Morocco, Marrakech. Marrakech is one of Morocco's 4 cities that once served as the country's imperial capital. Its original architecture, attractive streets, world-class traditional eateries, and ambience that make you feel like you've stepped back in time are all contributing factors to the city's growing popularity among tourists. The city has a long and illustrious cultural past, which has been preserved from its founding approximately 1,000 years ago. because it has so many excellent examples of architecture and art. The old town of Medina in Marrakech, which spans over 1,700 acres, has been designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. There are a great number of large hotels. Still, in addition, a great number of small boutique hotels are located close to the city's central business district and offer rooms at reasonable rates. The months of March through May and September through November are considered to be the ideal periods to visit Marrakech. 3. Italy's Amalfi Coast. The stunning Amalfi Coast can be reached from Rome by automobile in approximately 3 hours, while Naples can be reached in just 1 hour. The breathtaking coastal route passes through quaint tiny towns that are encircled on one side by the ocean and the other side by high hills covered in stunning vegetation and floral flora. It seems like a new and improved area for taking selfies around every corner. Positano is, without a doubt, the most stunning town along the Amalfi Coast. You can take a boat ride along the coast to see Amalfi from a different perspective, or you can stay in one of the numerous distinctive hotels that are located there. Eat at a restaurant in the area, and at the end of your dinner, finish it off with a glass of limoncello, the local liquor traditionally produced from Amalfi lemons. Capri, which is also located nearby, is a beautiful island that can be visited in a single day. The months of April through September are considered the ideal time to travel to the Amalfi Coast. If you go during the month of May, the natural scenery will be exceptionally stunning. 2. Oaxaca, Mexico. One of the states that can be found in the southwestern region of Mexico is called Oaxaca. This state is home to Native American archaeological sites, as well as colonial structures constructed out of lava stones. Oaxaca is often considered to be one of the safest states in all of Mexico because it combines urban culture and natural beauty. It is quickly becoming one of the most popular tourist destinations. Your journey should begin in Oaxaca City, the capital of the state, which is home to a stunning historic district. It is common knowledge that the Oaxacan coast is home to some of the nation's most delicious seafood. Oaxaca is a well-known destination for people who enjoy surfing, and the state's most well-known export is mezcal. This spirit is somewhat comparable to tequila and is gaining in popularity. If you want to see one of the most genuine celebrations of this traditional Mexican holiday, you should time your vacation such that it coincides with the Day of the Dead in November. Aside from that, the months of April and May, and September and October are the greatest times to visit Oaxaca because the weather is cooler and there is less chance of precipitation during those months. 1. Singapore. Singapore is a city-state that can be found on its namesake island in Southeast Asia. Since the year 1965, when Malaysia recognized the independence of its neighboring country, that nation's economy has grown at one of the most rapid rates ever observed. A considerable amount of commercial activity is now being generated all over the world in Singapore. Fantastic restaurants, great cultural events, and attractive tourist locations are some of the things that visitors here will find to appreciate, regardless of their budget or their level of sophistication. Pay a visit to the breathtaking gardens by the bay, home to the indoor waterfall that currently holds the title of being the largest in the world. Visit Siloso Beach on the resort island of Sentosa, or have a bite to eat at a well-known street market to get a sense of the colorful local culture. Both of these options are great ways to see Singapore. Both of these outings are wonderful possibilities to consider. Despite the weather being the same throughout the year, the months of the middle of February through the end of April are some of the most desirable times to pay a visit. Do you have a favorite place to visit? Or have you been to one of the places we showed in this video? Tell us about it in the comments. And remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so we can keep bringing you cool stuff.